Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum is still fighting with this resistance level I communicated to you yesterday. On the chart, we've got the bearish, short-term bearish and short-term bullish wave count. The short-term bearish one at the moment is likely in control here. It is the yellow one in which we had a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. This here could have been the wave 4. Yesterday's spike with a wave 5 to the downside. There are other ways of counting this. I can, for example, count the move down as an ending diagonal. Then the spike here would have been a B wave. I can also count the 3 waves down as just a wave 1 with a wave 2 now still in the making or potentially already completed. But it doesn't matter in the short term which option I'm choosing. It will matter down here how low we go. But first of all, I leave it as it is until I get a bit more price data. Basically assuming this is just a wave 4 and we're coming down in circle wave 5 closer to 1450, which would be a 5-wave move in itself. We can allow for that because the wave 4 was not... The wave 4 basically is not invalidated because it did not cross the wave... it did not break above the wave 2 high. Now the thing is, if this is a 5-wave move down, then it would probably have to be, in this wave count, a diagonal anyway. In a diagonal, to be honest, this move down here would be an ABC structure. So I would have to actually just adjust it slightly because I only showed the 5 waves. But it would probably be something like A, B, C. Just an addition here. So let's just, because... we're dealing basically with a diagonal, right? So we would deal with a diagonal if this is of wave 4, yeah, because it moved too high for an impulse. It would be a diagonal if this is a B wave, because then we would have A, B, C in 1, A, B, C in 3, A, B, C in 5, and also wave 4 and 2 are anyway corrective structures. And it would also be a diagonal if this is just all of wave 1 and this is a wave 2, because then we had 3 waves in wave 1. Again, if you have questions about that, let me know in the comments, but basically in short, what it means is that wave 5 needs to be an ABC structure. So we'll see. And an A wave can be a 5-wave move. An A wave can also be a 3-wave move. So that's sort of something to keep in mind. If we are dealing with micro counting and we're dealing with diagonals, we have to be pretty much prepared that we will have to change our micro count. So anyway, let's assume we top tier yesterday in, doesn't matter if it's a wave 4 or 2 or B, doesn't matter. Then the move down could have been a wave 1 and the wave to the upside here would be a wave 2. So 1, 2, okay? Resistance for this wave 2 is all the way up to 1627. So as long as we don't break above that level, yeah, we can focus on lower in this more immediate bearish scenario. In a more bullish scenario, to make that more likely, yeah, which is the white wave count, I need to see a break above 1627. So 1627 is basically the pivot point between, yes, the yellow wave count is still in control because the move up was very, very corrective, okay, not impulsive, very corrective. And between the white wave count, which would have a chance above 1627. But still then, even if we break above 1627, we still need to see a break above this swing high, basically what I have labeled as white wave 3 at 1640. It's just that above 1627, the white wave count will get more likely, but we need to still see all 5 waves filled in. So I need to see that 5th wave. The white wave count is an unlikely one anyway, or less likely, because the wave 4 is too low. The wave 2 here was a running flat, which is very rare, and the wave 5 would have to be extended. So I'm not a fan of that, okay? I'm not happy with that at all, but if we have those 5 waves, we might want to work with it and say, okay, if we now pull back, then we can look for a more bullish scenario. But overall, yeah, ETH has followed through nicely on the bearish potential, short-term bearish potential. Okay, on the daily chart, we're tracking bullish scenarios, but has not yet really followed through. I mentioned it to you throughout last week that obviously we're now very close to support again. And from here, you know, if it wants to surprise, it can do that. Now, it didn't really surprise, so it did not break above significant resistance levels. So nothing changed really with regards to the wave count and the overall projection. but obviously still quite a bit of a rally. And that, yeah, and you know, obviously, as I mentioned, the 1530 level was key support. So it would be quite difficult to break through there straight away. And it will be if we try it again. But yeah, no change at the moment. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.